new program to come in because I mean, In the Zone has been around for 20 years, and Push the Rock, who purchased In the Zone 3 years ago, they're the owners of it now, and we just knew that there was a change that needed to be made, just to rebrand and everything. And that Purpose Built Prospects AAU program, one of the main reasons we wanted to change the name from just In the Zone AAU to that is because we wanted to introduce a faith element to
Mm.
the AAU program, which is what In the Zone is all about.
And really going deeper into that, Push the Rock, the parent company. Can you tell us a little bit about Push the Rock?
Yeah, Push the Rock is a international ministry, that an international sports ministry, and they are started here in the Lehigh Valley, but they are all over the place, all over the eastern coast of the United States. They're in Guatemala, Brazil, Portugal, Zambia, a couple other countries, and they go around. They build courts, they do clinics, they run volleyball clinics and basketball clinics, and they do oh, I always forget it. What's the frisbee?
Frisbee
Disc
golf?
golf. Disc
Okay.
golf, right? They do disc golf all over. They have a whole program separate that's called Eagles Wings that they do disc golf with. So Push the Rock is amazing. They do all these different ministerial works, and they were looking for a revenue generator for the ministry to fund all these different international ministries that they got going on in all these different countries. And they bounced around a bunch of different ideas. And then In the Zone's old owner, Steve Turpening, decided to sell the business that had been established for 19 years. And it was right in Push the Rock's backyard. So the introduction was made between Steve Turpening, the old owner, and Push the Rock. And it worked out. And now it's owned by Push the Rock. And they're looking to uh, generate revenue from it. I'll put it this way, every dollar that is net profit from In the Zone goes back to ministry, and it goes back to help fund all of the things that Push the Rock does here in the United States and abroad.
And how does that look like? Like you just brought up Guatemala. Like how do these ministries look like in the other countries?
They're all a little bit different in each country because it depends on what the needs of that country is or are. Some of them are building courts. Some of them are just running camps and clinics. Some of them are going to coaches of schools in those areas and teaching them how to coach basketball, how to coach volleyball. And then sometimes they're just bringing American teams, youth teams, college teams to those countries to play against kids from those countries. So it's just, exposure to American athletics. It's exposure to how we coach and what the clinics are. And the goal of all of it is to introduce Christ to these
Hmm.
kids.
And how do you think Push the Rock has been doing that? How do you think they've been introducing Jesus Christ to these people through basketball
I
and
mean,
other sports?
I think Push the Rock does it the right way because they do it the long game. So they're not going there saying, all right, say Jesus is your savior, then we're going to baptize you, and now we're going to leave. They establish a presence there long term and just constantly introduce the gospel, introduce Christ to these kids and to these coaches and to these parents. And then they stay there and help them walk through the journey.